very excited about it. And like YA is one of my favorite genres, so I got to like talk to Kev about what it meant to have a book that's YA versus adult, or at least YA friendly. You know, these are still the same characters, they're still interested in the same things, and that includes having a diverse and interesting romantic and sexual life, and that means something different when you're a teenager than when you're an adult. So, no, this book does not start on a threesome, but it does need to be true to the people who they become and go through how they get there. And part of that, of course, was already written into Operator, but another part of that needed to be sort of deepened and to explain, like, how do teenagers really understand and get okay with non-monogamy, because you find over and over again when you're in discussion groups that a lot of people were doing non-monogamy as teenagers and they didn't have a word for it. And I'm very, I think we're all very lucky to be, where we are now, that, we're raising kids to have options. And a lot of kids, like I worked as librarian, and I, can't really be out in a professional way in a library, but I would be sitting there and these kids would be discussing polyamory around me, and I would be like, they would hear about it, not from me. And they would be talking about it, not with me. And they would say something like, one time someone said, I think I would be into polygamy. And I think I said something like, polygamy is the thing with like multiple spouses, right? Where you're like married to a bunch of different people. And they're like, right, no, not polygamy, polyamory. I think I'd be into polyamory. And I'm like, always know your dictionary definitions, children. And that was like it. Like I just like let it go. But they know. I mean, they hear stuff, and the number of books that are being published that have kids resolving their issues in different romantic ways is basically doubling every year. So if your 8th grade teacher also made you do the math problem where you started with a penny and then doubled it every single time, then that means within the next couple years, we'll be making a football player's salary. Hopefully people also had to do that math problem and, and know exactly what I'm talking about. And so I'm very happy and grateful to Kev for giving me the opportunity to be a part of a book that has such great characters in it that sprung fully forth from his head, like Zeus. And yeah, and I'm so excited to put it in everybody's hands.